continuing with my creativity of art, about 10 years ago, I embraced the sculpture of copper trees. The copper trees I decided to design are all from nature's own. In other words, they're materials that I found in the desert, found in rock gardens, found in the copper wire is found in junkyards that I actually go rummaging through and picking up the cords of wire that I need to get out this 28 gauge or so thick wires. And this particular piece I'm looking at on the copper wires was intriguing. The wires, of course, are the copper from the junkyards. This is a piece of driftwood, and the rocks, of course, all from nature, probably utilizing the green concept in my art. Another example of my copper tree is this particular design is on a chunk of ironwood, and I reversed the size. This part of the ironwood tree was the root system, and I turned it upside down, and then it came out of the ground, and of course it was the trunk then that came out of the ground there, and I built my copper trees embracing this particular piece of sculpture. I just feel that my creativity is expanding of what I want to do as far as art is concerned. I still do the pencil, but I'm now into the wires as well. Yes, you are definitely looking at a work in progress on the copper trees that I previously pointed out that were completed. This is work in progress. It's quite a bit of work left. This is a copper forest of trees that happens to be on a piece of thrown out grapevine. When the grapes are harvested and the vines are no longer alive, they cut them, and God knows where a lot of them go. This particular grapevine I found, cut grapevine I found in an old gallery in Phoenix, and figured it out that it would make a beautiful forest of trees. I'm particularly interested in showing this piece because you can see the progress I've been making, how the trees come out. This is where the wire comes out of the cord I get in the junkyards, and you can see they're still braided as they come out of the conduit. Here is some wires that are starting to mature from the braided ones to opening them up and creating the core of the branches and the sub-branches that will eventually show as a tree. Here is one particular band of wire that you can see is it's starting to form the ongoing branches, and it's coming out where these are yet to be formed. Any of my art, whether it's a sculpture of the plaster, whether it's the wire sculpture, or whether it's my art, my drawing, there's a gut feeling that if you do anything more, you're going to mess it up. It's just an inborn feeling that I feel that you know when to stop. Furthermore, I told and I mentioned before, I see the finished product no matter what it is before I even start it. I know where I want to end up. So once I get to a point in the art, whatever the creativity is, and imagine this is where I wanted to be from where I thought when I began the art, you just say, call it quits. To quote a famous artist in the past, Vincent van Gogh, he says, art is a marriage of imagination and creativity. And thus I follow that pattern with my own art in that sense.